Hello, today I am going to show you how to use a protractor to measure angles. A protractor looks like this. Along the outside, notice there's a scale that goes from 0 on one side to 180 on the other side. For most protractors, there's two scales. One goes from left to right, 0 on the left, 180 on the right, and the other one goes from 0 on the right to 180 on the left. And notice that sometimes the 0 isn't actually marked. You know because you're at 170 and then you've got 10 more marks, so the next one would be 180 because you can use your brain and figure that out. Every protractor also has a hole in the middle. That's at the center of the circle that the protractor makes. Some protractors have a little cutout space here, and there's just like a little notch or a place to a mark to put that. Many protractors also on the straight side, they have just a regular old ruler there. Mine has inches on the bottom and centimeters on the top. If I wanted to know how long something was, I could use those to measure it. But a protractor is not, that's a ruler. A protractor is not for measuring how long something is. It's for finding the degree measure of this angle. So this angle here, it's an acute angle. There's three things you have to remember when you're using a protractor. Number one, first thing you do is you take the vertex of the angle, the corner point, and you put it in the hole of the protractor, or in the notch or whatever you have there where the center of the circle that would make the protractor if it were a complete circle. The second thing you do is you turn the protractor so that one of the two sides is lined up with 0. Remember how each side starts from 0, and the hole has a line that goes through it which represents that 0 line. So I turn the protractor so that this side is lined up with 0 and that the other side intersects the scale part of the protractor. The last step is you read the other side and you read the scale. Remember, you're counting up from 0. So if I start from this side, this is 0, here's 10, here's 20, here's 30. There's my line. It's in between 20 and 30. So I read the little marks here. This line in between would be 25, so each of these little marks is 1 degree. So right there where the line crosses the scale, there's 20, 21, 22, 23. Looks like it's right in between 23 and 24, probably closer to 23. So we'll just say that that is 23 degrees. I said line up one side with the 0, but I didn't tell you which side. That's because if I wanted to, I could turn the protractor so that the other side, so that this side is lined up with 0 on the other side of the protractor, like this. Now this side is lined up with 0 and the other side is crossing the scale. I go this way, I start counting from 0 here. There's 10, there's 20, and then this is another, here this was 20, so another 1, 2, 3 marks past 20, so it is still 23 degrees. If I read the other scale, here's 150, here's 160. The mark in the middle would be 155, 156, 157. But I know this is not 157 degrees because it's an acute angle. If you use your brain, you can catch mistakes like that. Here, this side is lined up. The vertex is in the hole. This side is lined up with 0. But the other side of the protractor doesn't cross the scale. So if that ever happens, that tells me that my protractor is upside down. Over here I have an obtuse angle. I can measure obtuse angles the same way. I turn it so that the vertex is in the hole of the protractor and either of the two sides is lined up with this 0 line. Here, this side here is lined up with the 0 line. So I look at this side to read it, except it's too short. I can't see where it intersects the scale. If you ever have that happen, like if you're using a protractor to measure something in the textbook, you just take something long and straight like a ruler, and you line it up with the other side, and you see where the ruler is pointing. So here, if I start, I'm going this way. So I start from 0 here, 10, 20, 30, 40, all the way up. So that's 140. 141, 142, 143. So this obtuse angle, my pencil broke. This obtuse angle would be 143 degrees. One last thing to do with a protractor. is you can use it to draw an angle that has a certain measurement. Let's say you wanted to draw a 113 degree angle. So you would start by drawing a line anywhere, doesn't matter where. If you had to draw other stuff with it, like maybe you needed a triangle that had a 113 degree angle, then it might matter where you draw the line. But in this case, all I need is a 113 degree angle, so I just draw a line, and I pick one side of the line to be the vertex of the angle. I put my vertex here. If you chose to put it here, you'll get a mirror image of the drawing, but still a 113 degree angle. So this is my vertex. Step 1 is to put the vertex in the hole of the protractor. Step 2 is to turn it so that the line is lined up with 0. Vertex in the hole, line with 0. But I don't have any other side to read. No, you don't, because the whole goal of this is to make the other side. I'm looking for 113 degrees. This is 0, so I start counting up. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 113. Here's 110. So then that would be 111, 112, 113. That mark right there, and I make a mark on the paper, either here or here, but since these lines are on the outside, I make it there. And then I connect that mark with the vertex of my angle, and there's my 113 degree angle. That one right there.